Hola! Welcome to my
YouTube video.
Hello everybody! Welcome back to my channel! Okay guys, I know it's been like a hot minute since I posted and I seriously apologize for that. You guys, like, life has just been so crazy for me lately and I've really just been trying to focus on like my mental health. And my gosh, y'all, my hair is already bothering me. My hair is drying, so if my bangs look not good, I'm so sorry, but my hair is literally still drying. I got out of the shower not that long ago. But anyways, welcome back to my channel, you guys. I'm gonna be talking a little bit about my queer and trans experience because I feel like that's something that queer and trans people need to like express about within like talking about their lives and such like that. And I feel like you guys don't really know that much about me, so I feel like this is kind of like talking like a little bit about me also. And yeah, I feel like my experience will help people kind of relate. Also, like people who feel like alone or anything like that, I feel like it would really help people. I don't know. So that's what this video is going to be about today. I'm not just only going to be talking, right? I thought we'd do a little like makeup.
Wow.
A little makeup look. I'm not going to be doing anything like too crazy. I'm just going to do like the basic like clean girl, whatever. I know a lot of people hate on clean girl, but that's just what I'm going to be doing because I don't feel like doing anything over the top since I'm not going out. Because if y'all don't know, we got the white sand all over because summer ain't over yet.
Summer isn't over yet.
Zara Larson says summer ain't over, so therefore summer has never been over. There is a lot of white sand on the ground, so I'm not gonna be going out. Yeah, you guys, we're gonna be doing a bit of makeup and we're gonna be just talking about my experiences as a trans and queer person. And yeah, hopefully you guys will enjoy this video. So that's what we're gonna be doing. Let's go ahead and get started. If y'all don't know the clean girl makeup look that I usually do, I do have a video with I do have a video of it on my YouTube channel already. So if you guys are interested in watching that, please go ahead and watch that. It's a pretty simple routine. It's anything too crazy. The only difference I'm going to be doing is that instead of doing like the eyeshadow like all over my eyes, like on the top and the bottom, I'm probably just going to do the bottom because I'm feeling loose. So that's exactly what we're going to be doing. And we're going to be starting off using this Maybelline New York Black eyeshadow, and I'm going to be putting that on my eyebrows to kind of like make it look fuller. And yeah, so for those of you who do not know, if it wasn't obvious by now, I am queer and trans.
You a faggot!
So whenever I tell people that I am trans, right, they always assume that I'm a trans woman because of how feminine I am and such like that, which I kind of understand, right? But if I'm gonna be honest with you guys, it's just not true. I am a trans man. Now, as I say that, I already know there are gonna be some bitches that comment being like, well, if you're a feminine and you're trans, like, why don't you just be a girl? And to that, I say this. Because I don't want to. Because I don't want to. Bitch, like, if I wanted to be a girl, like, I would not have gone out of my way to actively take testosterone gel literally every single day for the past almost 3 years now. Like, I have been transitioning for 3 years. I can't change, like, if I'm gonna be so, like, completely for real, like, if I were just born a boy, I really truly do feel like I would still be feminine and be the way that I basically am right now. Like, I really do truly believe that. So for y'all who don't know, I am not a trans woman. I am a trans man who just happens to be really gay. Okay, so let's start off with that. Okay, you guys, like, I am just a feminine trans queer man, right? Growing up, I was, of course, a very, like, girly girl because, you know, I was born a girl. But I always felt like something was off with me. Like I didn't know what it was. And this goes to say, like, people who say like being queer and trans is a choice and such like that. I have felt this way ever since I was a kid. So I remember specifically when I was in elementary school and I was first having to wear training bras, I would literally throw fits on fits on fits on fits because I did not want to wear it. And when I did start growing like, you know, knockers, when I did start growing knockers, I did not like it. Like I was like very uncomfortable in my body, but I couldn't describe it because, you know, I was literally a child, so I didn't know anything about those type of feelings. But I kind of just like forgot about it for a while because my mom was like, oh, like this is normal, like that's just something that normal girls go through, blah 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 blah. So I was like, okay, whatever. And yeah, so I kind of just brushed it off, but the feeling never really like went away, you know what I mean? Like I still felt those like gender dysphoric feelings when I was like literally like 9 years old and younger. For a while I was pretty girly, but then I think about either middle school, either like middle school or late middle school, maybe even early high school. I don't really fully remember because it was so long ago, you guys. But I remember that I was like a tomboy for a while. I just also in general had like a really hard time fitting in because of the way I was feeling. But I used to be like a really big tomboy when I did still identify as female. And like I hated wearing dresses, I hated makeup, which is funny because I'm literally doing makeup. But I hated wearing dresses, I hated wearing makeup. Like I remember literally crying about it a few times because like I just didn't really like understand why I didn't like it, but like I wanted to fit in, but like I just couldn't. Okay, you guys, I think I'm gonna be doing under the eyes next. So for that, I'm gonna be using this palette that I got from TikTok shop. And I'm gonna be using this color right here to get kind of the dark circles out of my eyes to make me look more awake. But anyways, and I even remember there were times where I was in middle school where I would literally go up to my mom and I would be like, I don't want to be a girl, like I don't want to be a girl. I literally, like, I remember it so vividly, like, and I went up to her multiple times being like, I don't like being a girl, I don't like the fact that I have periods, I don't like the fact that I have tits, like, I don't like any of it. And she was just like, again, the same thing that she would say when I was even younger, when I was feeling these feelings. She would just be like, oh, that's just something how like every girl feels, like that's just normal, that's just part of being a girl. And like that moment of my life is when I truly felt like something just felt off, like that didn't feel right. When she was telling me that, like something about that just didn't feel true. Like I didn't feel like having those feelings as a girl was normal. But again, I just kind of brushed it off or whatever. So I think middle school also was when I had like my first boyfriend also. And you know how it is when it comes to relationships in middle school, y'all. Like the middle school relationships, man. Like I swear. But when I had my first boyfriend, I was kind of girly, but I felt like, honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, I feel like I was only girly because I like forced myself to be girly. And if you're a trans guy, you know that experience of being, forcing yourself to be feminine because you want to, like, you don't understand of like not wanting to be a girl and wanting to transition to a boy, like especially if you don't even know what LGBT was back then, like when you were younger. I feel like a lot of trans guys know what it's like to kind of have that feeling of forcing yourself to be feminine in order to fit in within like society standards. And God bless Jesus Christ, because I really truly believe that he put me on this earth to break those stereotypes. Like, if y'all don't know, with me being Christian, and I know there's probably gonna be some hate with like, because you could be Christian. I really truly believe that like God loves me the way that I am, and for a long time I tried to push back those feelings of being trans and gay and such like that, and I wanted to change because I felt like it was a sin for a while when I was younger, and like I tried to change and I couldn't. You know, those feelings were always there, literally from the very, very beginning. And as much as I wanted to change, I couldn't. Like, I really did try and I couldn't. And I feel like a lot of people who are trans and queer can relate to that as well, with like trying to change who you are and forcing yourself to be something that you weren't. I just couldn't do that, you know? So I had my first boyfriend and we broke up. That's when I also had my first girlfriend, which is very funny because I feel like a lot of people, when they look at me, especially with just how I'm talking and my attitude and with me being so feminine, people would think that I don't date women. I do date women. I'm still attracted to women. I just happen to prefer men over women. And I also don't really have like a label when it comes to my sexuality. I'm the type of person where it's like, if I'm attracted to you, I'm attracted to you. Which, don't get that confused with pansexual, because I am definitely not pansexual, because I do not find everybody attractive in any way or form. But like, I'm attracted to energy. Like, I don't know, it's really complicated to explain. But after I had my first boyfriend, I had like an online girlfriend. And at the time, I didn't really understand LGBT, and she like had to explain like, oh, do you know what this is? And I'm like, no, not really. So she sent me some information about it. And I'm like, okay, like I kind of understand. And then I also then was when I first discovered trans, like, you know, being trans or whatever, and that like heavily resonated with me. But I still forced myself into being a girl, being feminine, doing this, that, whatever. Okay, you guys, I did my under eyes. I don't know if you can really see, but I don't look as tired. And now I'm gonna be putting on my lashes. If you guys don't know, I like to put lashes on the top and bottom, so that's what I'm gonna be doing. In high school is when I really like was wanting to change, if you know what I mean. Like, again, like I was a tomboy and I kind of thought I was lesbian for a while, because again, like I had quite a few girlfriends and it just didn't work out, and something in me still felt like something was wrong. And I truly thought it was my sexuality for like the longest time, not thinking it was actually my gender. I dated a lot of girls, I thought it was lesbian, the works. And I remember when I came out to my mom, it was not pretty, you guys. Coming out is not a fun thing. Like, if y'all know, you know, like coming out, especially when you don't really have a supporting like group that you can go to. Like, my friends in high school and middle school were pretty supportive, but my parents were not, especially because they were like super religious. So they were not about it. And I even remember they literally tried to take me to therapy to change who I was, and like not like conversion therapy, like they went to like a regular therapist and then they were like, fix it, basically. It was so crazy. I was like, no, I definitely don't think I'm a girl. And I remember I came out as trans, and I was so scared to come out, you guys, because again, like when you don't really have supportive systems within your family, it's very difficult. It's very difficult. But I came out as trans. My parents did that thing where they pretend to like support you, but then when you go and try and do the things that you are wanting to do, they're like, no, you're not old enough. You have to wait until you're a certain age and blah, 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 blah. Like, they did all of that. And for a while, I was pretty upset at them for that, but I'm not gonna lie, I feel like now that I'm older, I kind of like, I understand why they did what they did, but I'm also like kind of glad that I ended up waiting, because I feel like if I started transitioning at an early age, it wouldn't have gone in a way or direction that I thought it would have been, I guess. I feel like I transitioned at a pretty good age. I started transitioning when I was 21, either 20 or 21. I don't really remember. It was July 28th of 2023, and that was when I first started tea. But yeah, you guys, I went from being like super girly, not really understanding the feelings. Then I went from tomboy lesbian, tomboy lesbian. And then I went from that to trans. And I'm not even gonna lie, you guys, I don't know if every trans guy has had this experience when it comes to being trans, but when I did first come out as trans, I was a huge trans medicalist. Like, it was actually so bad. Like, I was like, you have to have this in order to be trans, you have to have that in order to be trans, this, that, this, and that, and that. Oh my gosh, like, it was so, like, bad, actually, and I'm so glad I'm not like that no more. But, like, you guys, I literally used to be the biggest trans medicalist because I just didn't understand. I was young. Off topic, but moving on to the next makeup. Since I have like a more clean girl basic outfit, I think I'm just gonna do that. I'm probably gonna do this highlight and probably this blush. So that's what we're gonna go ahead and do. Yeah, I didn't really have a lot of support with me being trans other than my friends at the time. So God bless them. I'm very grateful for that. And I came out as trans when I was in maybe, I think either a sophomore or a junior when I was in high school. And you guys, if you grew up in a redneck hillbilly town, like heavy Trump supporting town, you know what it's like to be queer in a small town. Like, it is not a great feeling. And I got bullied. Like, I was already like hella bullied in high school. I never fit in any form. Like, I swear, like, I've always been an outcast, like, my whole life. But when I came out as trans, the bullying got so much worse, y'all. It was terrible. But I wasn't gonna stop being who I was. Like, I was just who I was. Like, that's just who I am, you know? So I got, like, severely bullied. And I remember when I first told the teachers, like, my new pronouns and my new name, I'm just gonna say my old preferred name because my preferred name is no longer what it used to be, but my old preferred name was James, right? And I remember, like, when the teachers were calling out James, these freaking preppy bitches were like, it's James! And then they would look at me, and then they would look at me with such, like, disgust. Like, it was, it was so crazy.
You a faggot!
I'm not even kidding, like, these bitches did not like me. Like, they never even liked me in the first place, but like, y'all, it just got so much worse. It got so much worse, y'all. The bullying experience that I got, literally absolutely insane. But God bless the people that were loving and accepting for me, especially the teachers who were very supportive. Okay, you guys, I was a big trans medicalist. I got bullied a lot. I forced myself to be like super masculine, and you know, because I believed in gender stereotypes at the time. And then senior year came around. And that's when things really started to kind of shift for me. And in senior year in high school is when I finally learned, damn if you do, damn if you don't. Because it didn't matter what I did, whether I was myself or someone else, I was going to be hated on regardless. So I decided to just cut the fucking bullshit and just learn to be myself and like accept myself for who I am and such like that, and kind of just ignore people. And that's when I also low-key started to stand up for myself a little bit more too, because I used to really just sit there and take it, y'all. Like, it was so bad. But I'm not that way no more, and that's when it really started to like hit me to like not be that way no more. So yeah. And then I met this guy who was in my class. We're gonna call him Ace. So me and Ace, we were friends for quite a while. We had a class together, we started talking and we became friends. And we were friends even when high school was over. Like, we celebrated our graduation together. Ace was not a very good friend. Ace was like a really terrible person. And our friendship was basically a relationship, like a very toxic relationship, but without the title, if you know what I mean. Like, it was that bad. Like, he was not a good person. And he was also kind of a trans medicalist, which is also very weird because, like, even though I used to be a trans medicalist, right? When I started like experimenting more with like my clothing and such like that, he was just hella weird about it because like he was also bi, like he literally was in the LGBT community. It's like, how you gotta be like one of those people that are like,
oh, I'm not one of those he, she, we, blue hair, septum piercing, they, weirdos. I'm one of the good ones.
He was that type of motherfucker, like it was that bad. But we were friends and he would low-key like bully me a lot, but I didn't really realize he was like being this way with me. And it really didn't help with me being neurodivergent too. Like, oh my gosh, you guys, like being neurodivergent and then having shitty friends and not understanding tones, awful. It's seriously so awful. After high school, him and I would hang out a lot, and it's when I again really started to experiment with my clothing and such like that. And it's also when I started to learn to really take care of myself. So for an example, it's when I basically started to try and experiment with like different hair products that finally work for me and my hair, because as y'all can see, my hair is looking amazing now. It took 5 years to get here. But anyways, it's when I really started experimenting with my hair. It's when I started experimenting with my clothes. It's when I started experimenting with skincare. I didn't do makeup yet, but I was wanting to get into it. I just didn't know really where to start, so I just didn't do it for like a long while. And I literally remember we were going to Walmart one time because I wanted to get some new skincare stuff to try out. And I was wearing a super girly outfit. I was wearing like a pink skirt. I don't exactly remember fully what I was wearing, but I was wearing a pink skirt. I do remember that. I was dressing super feminine while still identifying as a man like how I am now. And I literally remember him being like,
nobody is ever gonna take you seriously, and nobody's ever gonna respect you for being a man and respect your pronouns and blah 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 blah.
And it literally crushed me because it's like, dude, like this is just who I am. I can't control it. Like, I don't know, like he was just not supportive in any way or form. It made me feel like crap. Like it was so weird. Like I literally went from like hard on trans medicalist to like just straight up not caring, because I already didn't fit within like the stereotype box anyway. So I'm like, okay, well if I'm not gonna fit in this box, I might as well express myself and find myself. And he just did not like that. Like he just did not like that in any way or form. It was really, really bad. So I was friends with this guy for a couple more years, and I had my spiritual awakening, and I finally broke free from those chains. Praise be to Lord God for that, because I think about it a lot. If I would have stayed being friends with him, I really don't think I would have like evolved like in the way that I have now. And I'm so grateful that I got out of that. So we stopped being friends, and I think it was 2 years later he hit me up. It was like,
I'm sorry for the way that I treated you. Like, I shouldn't have said what I said. Like, I should have just accepted you being different and blah, 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 blah.
And obviously I did not take him back in my life because that's what he wanted. He wanted me to take him back, and I said no. So we stopped being friends, and I didn't accept him back because I just was like, you treated me like shit literally this whole friendship, and I just couldn't take it anymore. I don't want to be your friend no more. And I pray that you heal in the same way that I have, because Lord knows that you need it, because the way that with all the hate that's in your heart, I cannot do that. So we stopped being friends, moved on to some new friends, and that's when I really started to like experiment with my clothing, makeup, and such like that. Now, at this time, it was still after high school, but it wasn't where I am now, so I wasn't transitioning yet. I was super dysphoric about the fact that I wasn't on testosterone yet. It wasn't in that level. But where I lived at the time, there was literally no way for me to do it. And I couldn't use my parents' insurance because, you know, they weren't accepting. So because of that, I was very dysphoric. And it was fine for a little while. You know, I was still kind of figuring out my style. I definitely did not know how to dress back then, like how I do now. So the clothes and such that I did wear, you could tell that I was trying to experiment and find what was working best for me. Fast forward to 2023. Was in the middle of working on myself a lot. I was working out. I was very deep into my spirituality. At the time, I was more into paganism spirituality. I wasn't Christian like how I am now, but I was like super deep into my spirituality. I was focusing on myself. I was losing weight. And then I meet this girl at Kroger. We'll name her Lizzie.
Hey, I'm Hillary Duff from Lizzie McGuire.
Lizzie accepted me for me being feminine. Like, I'm so grateful that I was able to meet someone who accepted me for just being me because, like, again, like, I am attracted to women. I just happen to be more attracted to men, and when it comes to me being feminine, like, I truly do feel like I have, like, the balance between masc and femme because I still played the role, like, as a man. Like, I did take care of her. Like, I was protective. I was, yeah, you know, all the manly man things, that's what I did for her because that's just your job as a man, like, to take care of a woman. I really truly feel like I didn't find my actual, like, fashion sense until last year. Well, actually 2 years ago, 2024, because it's now 2026. But anyways, so while we were dating is when I started testosterone, but shortly after we broke up. So I started in July and then we broke up in August. So I moved on, whatever. And that's when I really started learning makeup, figuring out my fashion and such like that. That's when things really started to come together for me. And like, I now feel so comfortable within my body and such like that. Like, I feel great. Like, I'm in a great spot with my transition and I could not be happier. Like, I just feel so happy. And now I'm in a place where I feel oh my gosh, but now I'm in a place, you guys, where I feel a lot of comfort with both my femininity and my masculinity. Like, you could clearly tell, like, I'm wearing my makeup, right? I got my little makeup, but I also still have my mask features. I have my little hair on my chin. I got mustache. You can see I have hair on my chest. I got a lot of body hair. Like, I feel very confident within myself now. Wow. In a way that I have never felt confident before. And like, it took me a long time to get here, and a lot of spiritual work too. Like, it took a lot of work for me to get to where I am right now. And I'm so grateful to be here right now, you guys. And I also want to give thanks to the people who helped me realize things about myself, because I just feel like if it weren't for some of the friends that I've had in the past to help me realize things about myself, I would not have gotten here. Yeah, so basically, to sum it up, was a little girl, was extremely girly, but felt like something was wrong. I felt extremely dysphoric, hated wearing bras, would literally cry about it, but pushed it off. Middle school came, was still kind of feeling that dysphoria, pushed it off. Became a tomboy, still felt off, but was feeling slightly better because I was more masc. Then became a lesbian. Because I thought I was just a stud. I was not a stud, by the way. It's not obvious by now. Went from that to forcing myself again to be femme because I thought that's what I had to be, and then I accepted me finally being trans. And then I became a trans medicalist. And then I was like, okay, this sucks. I don't want to be a trans medicalist no more. And then that's when I started exploring femininity again, but also within my masculinity. And then that's when I started experimenting, like in high school, then after high school. And then it kind of basically started building itself up from there to the point that I am at now. And yeah, you guys, that's really pretty much about it. Let me know your guys' experiences with being trans and queer and such like that. I feel like I probably left out like a lot of details, honestly, but at the same time, some of the details are a bit too, it's a bit personal. Like I don't know, like a lot of the details that I have left out, I feel like I can't really say on here because it might be a bit inappropriate. I've also gotten to the point where in my transition where I don't feel the need. I want to get top surgery, but I don't want it to be fully flat like the way most trans men get it, because I feel like personally it's unrealistic. I don't know if you guys really notice, but like unless you're like a super thin man, like most men don't have super flat chest. They usually got like a little bit of boob anyways. So like when I do get top surgery, I'm probably not gonna get a whole thing like fully cut off. I'm probably just gonna get a reduction if I'm gonna be fully honest. And I'm probably not gonna get bottom surgery because I actually surprisingly like my punani. When I was a trans medicalist, I was like, you have to have bottom surgery, you have to, but now I'm like, okay, like I'm transitioning and now I'm like, okay, like I'm actually kind of okay with these things and like I feel comfortable in my body. Like I don't really feel dysphoria much anymore. The only time that I really feel dysphoria is when I want to wear certain outfits but can't because of my boobs or whatever. But even then, like once I do get the top surgery that I'm wanting, it'll be a lot better, y'all. It'll be a lot better. So yeah, you guys, that's all I think I have to say. Again, like what are your experiences? Did y'all go through something similar? Did you guys feel dysphoria at a young age like I did? Or was it something more later down the line? Tell me what you guys think. What are your experiences? Do y'all relate to what I said? Yes or no? And also, makeup. Here is the makeup look because we were putting on makeup this whole video. So yeah, this is my makeup. Y'all know a little bit of my story. And I hope you guys have a beautiful and wonderful day. More videos will be coming soon. I'm sorry for being so lazy. I didn't forget about you guys. I swear, I promise on my life. I did not forget about y'all. I've just been going through a lot and I've been slightly lazy and I have just been like, life has just been crazy, you guys. I literally got baptized not that long ago. Like, that's how crazy life has been. I literally got baptized. But anyways, I love you guys. New videos will be coming soon. And I hope y'all have a beautiful and wonderful day. Bye.